Hello everybody, this is Dead Linux. I'm back again in the same mod pack here, the Back to Nature mod pack. And I've been playing it a little bit. I also played around with a little bit of world generation with another world there quick, just to kind of see how things were going. It's actually really cool. But let's jump back into Pandora with Sprinkles, and let me show you what I found out, what I discovered about this little mod. First, I have a confession to make, is that I'm actually not playing on normal anymore. I switched it to peaceful, because I saw some things where I think if you do change it to normal, the difficulty level actually kind of ramps up a lot worse than the pack really intends. And I had that sort of impression that I was sort of going against the mod makers' wishes by doing that. So I'm playing on peaceful. That does not mean there's not challenges to this, though. The biggest one is food. So this becomes more like a survival. I mean, it is a survival thing anyway. But the eating system here, I still haven't figured it out yet, and I refuse to look at the wiki for it because I don't want to know the rules just yet. But there are gold hunger bars and there are regular hunger bars, and the more gold ones you have, they kind of keep you hungry, or keep you full longer. But if you have regular hunger bars like I do, it tends to go down pretty quickly. We got a lot of stuff going on here. So let me first show you my hovel. It's it's interesting, my little fishing shack here. There's no way to really get a good perspective because we are in the middle of a really kind of nice thick woods here with all the shrubs and stuff. I don't even have a texture pack on, and it looks almost like I kind of should with all these changes. But yeah, anyway, so I have a little bit of an interesting roof there. My choice of stone is a little weird. But we have fir planks from Biomes of Plenty, and I had a bunch of those because there was a huge fir tree here, a couple of them. And we have tree capitators, so I suddenly ended up with a ton of wood, and that doesn't look right. That should be a log like that one is. You know what? We'll deal with it later. So that's what you see there. So we have a lot of different colors and stuff to play with there. In here, we do not have inventory tweaks, which kind of surprised me. I was kind of expecting to see it here, but every time I tried pressing middle mouse button and or R or S or whatever for sorting, didn't have it. So that was kind of surprising to me. We'll let it live for now. It is kind of annoying because I'm so used to it with everything else, but maybe it's time to grow beyond that. Other things of note, I caught some fish from aquaculture. We got some cooked fish fillets. So I'm going to grab the fishing rod and I'll show. Oh, no, I've got one. I'll show you how that works, and that's actually really fun. And I've got an iron fishing rod, actually, which is pretty spiffy. Let me show you the recipe for that for aquaculture. Here we go. So, real simple. You just need iron string, and I really like that recipe. It's actually really cool. So we have this. I don't know if it helps me catch bigger fish, but I will show you that in a second. There's a mechanic to fish here that really makes this a nice fishing mod. We have some sugar canes here along with regular river cane, and I built this little platform here so I could get back and forth. But if you notice, I went far enough into the world to kind of find this nice little lake here. And since I did make an antique atlas, I'll show you what it looks like. So here we are. I like this look, don't you? It's pretty cool. So I don't know. Do I press you and you go places? Oh, you do. Oh boy. If I lose this, I'll be so upset. Anyway, so we have all this wooded area over here. We have all this swamp over here, and I'm kind of on this little island in the middle that has this little sort of it's not even a creek, little source of water. And so I'm just kind of hanging out here. It looks like there's mountains up this way, but pretty cool. So I decided to hang out here because it's neat. But then when I found out was we have some stuff. So here we have an ender clam from the peaceful pack. You break these open to get ender pearls. I'm not sure if there's something else to go along with it to get more or not. We have a bunch of different types of reeds. This actually is not a breakable block. This is just what dirt does in water. It just creates weeds, which is cool. We do have eelgrass, I think is what this stuff's called. Algae from Biomes of Plenty. All sorts of underwater stuff. We have squids, of course. There are no other mods. There's a dead forest over there, so we have some dead trees. And we have different types of vines growing and all that kind of stuff. But I grew some of the crops too, because that's kind of the necessity in this pack, is you have to survive off of food. Mystical gray flower, that's Britannia. I still haven't figured that one out yet. So yeah, oh, but I was talking about food production is something that is kind of critical, and I don't really have it going yet. What I did work on was cotton production, so I could make sure I could get wool or um, food that way. This was a dumb place to put this because there's a tree right above it. Bah! But anyway, here we got barley plus wheat. Barley growth is 0. Wheat growth is almost nil. I need to move this. And then I took all these flax plants and replanted them, and now I've got flax. And what flax can do is you can use flax fiber to create string, or you can create more seeds from it. So that's peaceful pack stuff, which I haven't seen in a long time, and I really like it. Alright, so there's the basics of the farming thing. So actually I showed you that I'm really not farming. I have no food whatsoever. I've had to still kill animals to get food, which is just the way it goes. But there are different recipes for that too, because of Pam's Harvest Craft, among other things. So I've got some salt here. Let's see. I'm gonna have to eat you, aren't I? And you'll notice, even eating that pork chop, I don't really get much of a bump in my food bar, but I did get some of the gold, some of the well-fed on the end. So I'm still not, figuring this part out yet. But that's where the challenge happens, so you can get hungry really quickly. But let me show you the fishing. Here, check this out. So we shall fish and catch. We are in 1.7, so we do get the bubbles, unless it's really quick like that. That's driftwood. That's actually really cool and not cool at the same time. So that's kind of neat. So yeah. Ooh, there we go. What's that? A gar. 9 pounds. See, there's a weight to things. Driftwood doesn't have it, but the fish have weight. I don't think it has anything to do with the actual production of food you get out of them. But I mean, folks, we have fish with weight here. That's critical. Ooh, what we got there? Brown trout, 37 pounds of brown trout. Dear Lord. Okay, let's see what we can do with aquaculture. Hang on. Don't go anywhere. Is there anything we can make? Oh no, it's just tons of fish. Wow. Golden fishing rod? Oh, that's just gold. Okay. Diamond, blah 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 blah. That's all basic. But wow. But that's such a huge fish. Dang it. That's awesome. Oop. What's that? Bluegill? A 4-pound bluegill. It's a 4-pound. That's a 4-pound bluegill. That's a 4-pound bluegill. That's a slab right there, folks. That's a slab. See that sucker? Yeah, that's a big fish. Wow, for a bluegill, that's just insane. Did I really just eat it? Oh no, I chucked it again. Good. Okay, so what happens here is if we have fish like this, let's cut this guy up. You craft it into fillets. Notice it just became a fish fillet, so I'm not sure how much I like about that. But then you just cook them up like anything else, like glass, not like glass. Yeah, let's burn some stairs. I had a ton of stairs. And let's do just one of those guys. Chugga chugga chugga, and it just becomes a cooked fish steak. So it's not the most exciting thing in the world as far as that's concerned, which is kind of too bad. And the other problem with that is that also catching native fish is a little bit difficult too. So let's just eat this up. Now notice that did feed us pretty good. And I think it's because of the size of the fish, maybe? I'm not sure. Let's put these fish away. What else to get here? Aqua appetite for fertilizer production, so you can start using that right away. Which I've got. I've actually got a little bit, which works like bone meal, like so. So you can actually use it like bone meal for that. And this is rice. I actually planted this in sort of a good spot, so that's kind of good. So we do have rice from Growthcraft. Yet one more mod installed with all the other ones. Let's see. Do we have any recipes? Nope. Ooh, what's that? It's a morsel from Pam's Harvest Craft. What if I do this? No. That? Can I do stuff with this? Let's take a look. I haven't actually grown enough yet to actually see what I can do with it. Rice ball. Rice cake. Rice cake. How do we make a rice cake? You cook rice morsels. Okay, let's make a bunch of rice morsels, right? And let's grab a piece of coal here, right? And oh, sorry, we have stairs. We don't need coal. I can just use stairs. Awesome. Well, that's cooking. I can take a sip here. Can you tell I'm enjoying this? I'm kind of a casual gamer, so something like this is pretty cool. Yeah, and we have all those different kinds of clouds up there and everything else. But the thing that's nice about this is then you can kind of be more exploratory with this kind of stuff. So let's go for a hike. We've got our antique atlas, so we shouldn't get too lost. Let's not go through the swamp. Let's go this way. Actually, use some of those lily pads so I can get around. And since we are on peaceful, we can go at night. I just had to bring food. And we also have dynamic lighting, so check this out. We're going to bring a torch along, and we are good to go. It's so nice. Oh, well, this looks like a little bit of a hole there, going down somewhere. Interesting. Do I have any blocks? It's kind of an annoying sound. Right, what do we got here? Yeah, Botania. I haven't looked up any of the recipes to this yet, but all these flowers produce petals. And then they're supposed to do magical stuff. I don't really want to mess with that yet. But there's tons of them around here. They're all over the place. Leafy garden! Woo! Mine. Is this more stuff I can cook and grow? Yeah. Now, how does this work? Yes, okay. So most of these things start off and you can get the seeds out of them. So you could eat them right away, like I did in the beginning, or you could not. Let me get your wool. Thank you. Yeah. Ooh, what's over here? Oh, there's more river cane. I still don't know if I can do anything with this. I don't know. I mean, this is just all crafting, yeah, really. No. No. I'll keep you anyway. Oh, can I make backpacks? I didn't look. You can, but they're all weird. They're all the like mining backpacks and apiarist backpacks and backpacks and all sorts of stuff that I haven't really gotten into yet. So that's gonna be on the list of things to do when I can't be bothered. Alright, let's keep going here. I think this might be the way I came from, because there was a big river, not river, big, whoa,